The team and I this morning had a fascinating discussion around happiness, and we talked about a lot of different things, but it kept coming back to one word, which is focus. What we focus on can help create happiness for us. Are we focused on gratitude? Are we focused on the things that we're appreciative of? Are we focused on the things that are working for us? Or are we focused and mired in the negative? And we took it to really two different spectrums. One is a floodlight viewpoint, as we call it, or a 30,000-foot view. And the other one was from a spotlight viewpoint, or a very practical and tactical viewpoint. So one of the things we talked about where we focus on is from a floodlight viewpoint is, and Vishen Lakhiani talks about this, the founder of Mind Valley. He has a lot of stuff on this you can find. But one of the things that we talked about from floodlight is, how can we create current happiness? How can we balance and be happy with where we are today, but also have a vision for the future that's not tied to the future? So we're not tying our happiness that when something happens, or when we achieve something, or when we get something, or when we arrive somewhere, but we're currently happy today, but also have a vision for the future that we believe we're supported by the universe or by God or whatever spiritual being that we believe in. How can we believe that we're supported and we are actually going to achieve the things that we have planned out for the future? So that was from a floodlight viewpoint. And being currently happy is about expressing compassion, about expressing gratitude, about being grateful for the things that we have, about being appreciative for what we have versus focusing on the negative and not getting tied up in that stuff. So that was from a floodlight viewpoint. And then from a spotlight viewpoint, we talked about the things that we do every single day. Do we really understand and dissect what is opportunity for us or what is obligation? Opportunity is things that we get to do. Mentally, we say we get to do these and we're excited about them. Obligation are things that we have to do or that we must do, and that they really drain our energy. Dan Sullivan, the founder of Strategic Coach, talks about this a lot. How do you do more things that are energy for you, as he calls them, or opportunity, as we were talking about this morning, versus obligation? And how can we find the things that are obligation for us and potentially minimize those things that help us buy back time to do things that are opportunity and productive and help us move in the right direction? Because we can all be busy. We can be busy 24/7 in today's world, but the question kept coming back to, are we being productive? And so when it comes to things that are obligation for you, and so a great exercise is just to think about all the things you do and think about what is opportunity, or mentally you say you get to do, and then what is obligation? What are things that you say you have to do or you dread doing, if you will? And then look at that obligation bucket and walk yourself through the 4 Ds. So 1D is, are there things that I can delegate? Are there things on my plate that are obligation for me, but maybe opportunity for somebody else? Who is surrounded by me that likes to do the things that I might not like to do, or they can do them better than I can do them? The other thing is, if we can't delegate them, can we defer them? Are there things that we're doing every single day that just sort of go from to-do list to to-do list to to-do list? And can we just get them off of our plate? It's not going to happen this week. It's not going to happen this month. It's not going to happen this year. Get them out of our space that allows us to focus on things that are really opportunity. And when I talk about this stuff, I mean being authentic and real with yourself. Not some BS plan, but something that is really authentic that you believe you can execute on. The next one is, are there things that you can delete? Are there bad habits that we have that we just need to get rid of because they're not productive and they're actually hindering our progress? And the last thing is there some things in our obligation bucket that we just have to do. We just have to get our head wrapped around them and do them and just come to the conclusion that it's part of the role. It's part of the gig, and change our attitude and the way we approach them. A lot of times people talk about doing the worst first, getting them out of the way. Don't let them mentally take up space in your day because you know you have to do that at some point. Just get them off your plate. So in the obligation bucket, again, what can you delegate? What can you defer? What can you delete? And what can you do? If you really truly dissect your life and your activities on a daily basis, there are things that are opportunity and there are things that are obligation. And there's always 1 or 2 things in the obligation bucket that you can remove that allows you to do more things that are opportunity for you and drive you forward. So again, from a floodlight viewpoint, how are you creating happiness today and also creating a vision for your future that's not tied to your happiness, but you believe it's possible? And from a spotlight viewpoint, what are you doing to drive more things in your life that are opportunity for you. If you do those things and you focus on those things, you will create more happiness for you and you will be more productive as you move forward in life.